What's up guys, I've enjoyed this is just to kind of introduce the new firmware update for the original VM5, which looked like that. As you can tell, it's looking a little bit different, and this is going to be the new model. This is going to be called the Gen2. This has a full touchscreen. As you can see, it has the three buttons, but they're capacitive now. Both devices will work exactly the same, so anybody who has the current VM5 model, there'll be basically a download coming soon which will allow you to upgrade. It's a two-step process. Basically I have to migrate the current it's like a product key that was built into the original VM5s. Because this is using a different partition system, we have to migrate that key into a different folder based on the partition for this new firmware. So it's a very simple process. It's basically just flashing the migration tool, run that first, and then run the firmware update. It's going to be a USB upgrade. Once that's done, you will be able to use any future update. So basically these devices are very similar, but they have different hardware inside. This is a much more advanced model. It's based on this version, but it has the touchscreen. It also has a couple of built-in sensors, has a vibration motor as well built into it, but this also has like a 6-axis gyro built in, so we could use that for something. It also has a microphone, so we could do things like record audio or something like that. That's to come. Basically the primary function at the minute is to get the system working on both devices. Once that's done, we will then work on the new VM5 the Gen 2 model, which is this one. Obviously once this is done, I'll have a little case very similar to this. It'll also have the little handle that I did, little handle attachment, which you can then basically comfortably hold it. There may be also other different attachments as well, but the primary difference is instead of having the header pins for external devices, this doesn't have that. This has an exclusive, this is called a Grove 2. It's basically an IC2 port. This device also has that, so I might design different cases for that, which will allow sensors to be used on both of them. This is just turned off as needing charged. But apart from that, the major difference is the battery life. This has a bigger battery, so it will last a bit longer. It's also a lot more heavy, and it also has a touchscreen, which we will use in future firmware updates. So yeah, as I said, this is fully firmware updatable. I can also do language packs for this. Unfortunately, doing different language packs built in is quite extensive because we basically have to convert all the word libraries, which is well in excess of 30,000 words now. Also with the Oracle mode, this has it has the ability to create basically an infinite amount of sentence strings. So if you're using Oracle mode, it's basically infinity amount of strings that it can generate based on this language. Basically, it's a linguistic programming. The generation of the Oracle mode and also the Ouija and Phony mode is completely done by itself. Like you saw in the V7 model, is very much based on this, but this will be a little bit more advanced than that. It will also have bigger structures as well, so it'll be able to create a lot more different sort of languages. Anyway, this is what it looks like. This is the main. This is not the main menu. I'm currently in Word mode, so I'll back out. It's a little bit hard to. I'm going to place it down like this. It'll be a little bit easier to show you. Sorry about the reflections. There's nothing I can do about that. So we're back out to the main menu. So here we have word modes. We have the sensor modes. Obviously this will be demos when it's first released. When the sensor modules are released, this will obviously work. Then you have the module modes. This will be to support the thermal camera and the ghost box module that was in this version. So if you have those modules, it will work. So back out there. We have the power sensor. You can now fully put it to deep sleep, or you can put it to you know, this one was a little bit fiddly. You had to kind of like double press it. This one, you just hold the button for 5 seconds. You don't have to go into this menu, but if you want to, you can. The settings are there. Inside the settings, we have the generator function. So this will allow you to set it to auto generate or manual generate. We'll just keep on auto for now. We have the sound. We can have a beep or silent. As you can see, you can hear the beep. Keep on beep at the minute. We have the audio volume, so you can set the volume of the beep. We have the color settings, so you can change the theme like so. You can change it to different colors. I'm going to keep on white for the minute. And then you have the brightness setting here. You can fiddle with various brightness settings. I tip to keep it at 50% for battery life. And the Wi-Fi hub won't be in this, that'll be removed, so don't worry about that. And then you save and exit. So when you have your settings set up, you can basically do that. So I'm now going to show you some of the modes. So that's the sensor hub, that's not here at the minute. That'll be taken out as well because it doesn't support it. We have the word modes, so all the word modes are here. You have Word, Oracle, Ouija, Phoneme, Yes No mode, and 8-ball mode. 8-ball mode is just your classic 8-ball. Word mode, you can wait until it generates because we are in auto mode, or we can skip that and we can generate it right away. And like so, you'll notice it's not speaking. That's because the TTS firmware doesn't work on this. I will find another workaround. By the minute, it's just going to beep. Also, here is the Oracle mode. Now the Oracle mode isn't fully integrated, so it's just going to say there's only a few things that's built in, but as you can see, you can generate right away every single time. Also, there's new to here, you have a history as well. So the list will populate as you're using it, and then you can scroll up and down. You click the options to go back. You can save and exit, or you can exit without saving. If you save and exit, what it'll do is it'll then copy that log and then it'll put it on your SD card. Inside there's multiple different folders for every mode, so when you save and exit, this is currently in Oracle mode. There's a logs folder and then there's Oracle folder inside there. That's where you'll get the basic backup of the list that was in the history. So if I save and exit, I'll then save it to the SD card, and then I'll continue back on where it was. So you can just check the history if you like. You can scroll up and down, and if you don't want to save at that precise time, you can go to options and then click down and then exit without saving, and then I'll just go back into the menu. Now, if you exit this mode, the history will be cleared and you can't save it after that, so you have to do this before you close the program. So after it's been running for a while, if you want to save the history, say you have some interesting results in there, you can then save it. It basically saves to a text file. You can then open it up on your computer and see what it said in there. So that's basically it. So that's basically it at the minute. That's where I'm at. It has this little nice icon thing. These icons are built into the thing. You can change them if you wish. The icons are built into the folders, so you can mess about with that at your own leisure. So if you don't like an icon, you can change it for something else. And that's basically it. So guys, that's this little introduction. That's where I'm currently at the minute. I'm hoping to basically get this firmware released within the sort of next week or so. So people already have the Paratech VM5. You can update to this exact system at the minute. Obviously, it won't contain some of the features that I'm showing you in the minute. So if I back out, so the sensor modes, for example, these will just be demos when it first comes out. It'll just basically show you what those modes will do. Some of the modes can work, so draw mode, for example, will work without external sensors. So some of these modes might work out the box. Pedro mode, for example, that's the AI sort of emotion mode. I can actually use this without you know, adding separate sensors. So that's something else to be aware of. Some of these functions might partially work, or there might be demos. So yeah, that's just a piece of information for you. Anyway, guys, that is the new system. This is going to be called. It's basically based on the V8 version of, you know, the last device I did, the big circle one with the NeoPixel ring around it. It's based on that, so I basically ported that firmware to fit on this with a sort of nicer menu as a carousel kind of logical layout. So it basically uses the 3 buttons pretty well instead of the 1 button system I was using before, taking advantage of all 3 buttons. And that's basically it. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there because this is already 10 minutes long. This is a kind of introduction of what I'm working on at the minute. This the new Gen 2 model will be expected to go up about next week. So if you want to pre-order one, the price is going to be about 100 quid, something like that. So it's around kind of on par of this model because the devices are practically the same price. They don't make this model anymore. They're discontinued, but the people who do have this model will also be able to take advantage of the update as well. The update files will be released on the website and they're product-ed, so even if you have one of these devices, if you didn't buy it from me, you won't be able to use the firmware. So just flashing that firmware has a check inside and the firmware won't load on it. So that's one of these things I put in on the original VM5, so that's something to be aware of. Just because you have the firmware, you can't install it on any device unless you bought it from me. So that's basically a little thing there. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye then now.